we saw your update, Chilwell and Chukwuemeka, both trained. Do they both have a chance for tomorrow? And also, can you just update us on Lavia and anybody else you might have coming back?
No, Chilwell and Carney are not available for tomorrow. We'll see for the next game, Middlesbrough, the semi-final of Fulham. They are doing well. They are training with the group the last few days, and yes, we are so happy with the evolution. Lavia is recovering after his injury. We don't know still. We don't know when he's going to be available again. He was in his quad, no? Quad problem. In his quad, during the game against Palace. And another player that you asked me, or Souness?
Just anything else you'd like to share?
No, at the moment, no. No, player like Benoit is I think is going to be available for the next week. I don't know, another, Jesus help me. Yes, already, I told. I see nothing, nada new.
After the Luton game, you said that when the window opens, you'll sit down and you'll talk to your owners and your sporting director about what you might need over the next month. Have you had those discussions, and do you have a bit more clarity about what you're going to be able to do in this window?
Yes, not really. We need to sit together like an official meeting. I think we are always, every single day, talking and assessing the squad. I think now it's open the market, and yes, I think it's with some players that we own, like Andrei Santos, that is come back from the loan on Nottingham Forest, player that we need to take some decision. But I think I am happy with the squad that we have. I am focused, and we are focused in trying to recover the player as soon as possible. But at the moment, yes, we are assessing the things. We've seen the squad and see some possibility, maybe we can do or not. But at the moment, we didn't take any decision.
When I spoke to you just before Christmas, you talked about Conor Gallagher, and you said it's down to the owners and the players. So are you any clearer as to what his future looks like here, and whether or not you will still have him over the next few months?
No, I think we need to talk about many things, but I think it's clear that Conor is still 1 year and a half contract with us, and of course that is like all the players in different clubs. When you arrive in this point, always is about to talk, to take some decision for the future, and of course always is going to be in between the club and the player, and of course, but in that moment, nothing to announce, nothing to say. I think the club is happy with him is happy here, and I think is at the moment nothing to say or nothing to announce.
And for you, just finally, we saw you get to the semi-final, and you talked about the galvanising effect of that win against Newcastle. Another cup competition starts tomorrow. How much can you use that to start building this club in the direction you want it to go, and building that team and that team spirit?
I think it's a good opportunity because different competition allowed us to do some, to provide to the team maybe sometimes different player to use and to see how they behave and how they perform. I think it's important competition for us. The FA Cup tomorrow is really important. Like it's going to be the semi-final against Middlesbrough, and then the Premier League game against Fulham. But I think it's so important. I think it's in the way that we are building this team, and the possibility to provide the team and the player a good experience, competing at a high level in the Stamford Bridge. I think it's an important game for tomorrow for us. No, I think it's the process. We are happy with the timing. I think we cannot be satisfied because I think we are in Chelsea and the expectation always is about to win. But if we analyze the process, I think it's a process that takes time, and for sure the evolution is in the level, or is in the moment that we need to be, because for all the circumstance, I think we are in the situation that we need to be.
Thank you. Bradley, talkSPORT.
Hi Mauricio.
Hello.
Hope you're well. The FA Cup is a competition Chelsea have had a rich history in the past, won it 8 times, runners up in 3 of the last 4 seasons. How important is this competition to you and the club? And is it a competition you feel like Chelsea can win this season?
Of course. I think the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup is a competition that we need to try to go further and to try to arrive to the, but we need to go to build our run step by step. I think the first step is tomorrow, and of course it's really important competition for us because we are not involved in the European competition, and of course in the Premier League we are in a position that we need to grow and to improve a lot if we want to play in the competition next season. But if through the FA Cup or through the Carabao Cup we can achieve, to play next season in Europe. I think it's really important because only we had from the beginning 3 competitions. We are still in the 3 competition, and we want to be in the 3 competition until to then.
And it feels like tomorrow's game could be a really important one for Raheem Sterling, and it feels like this could be a really important 6 months for him with the European Championships this summer. What's he got to do in the next 6 months to get himself back into Gareth Southgate's plans and on the plane for the Euros this summer?
Sorry, you asked me about is it important game for who?
Raheem Sterling? What's he got to do in these...
You already know he's going to play.
No.
You suppose that you guess that he's going to play?
Yeah. But is it not an important next 6 months for him?
It's an important game for Chelsea. And then we see if he play or no. But I cannot, answer a question that you don't know, and I know, but you don't know, and no one knows.
Last one, Bradley.
In terms of the goalkeeping situation, how impressed have you been by the way that Georgi Petrovic has come into the side in the last few weeks?
I think really impressive, because to came from the MLS and performing the way that he's performing, I think we are so happy, so pleased. He's a really nice and very good professional, but he's a really nice person, and he's showing that he can cope with the pressure to play in Chelsea, because never easy when you arrive from a different league and you are so young and take the responsibility in the way that he took and performing and behave, because now the most important thing sometimes that we not recognize is how he behaved. He behaved the same that when I arrived the first day and today after to play a few games in Premier League, and that is really important, and to be consistent in his behavior. That is why I am so pleased for him, because he deserves.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you.
Alex, BBC.
Hi Mauricio.
Hi.
Tomorrow, will it be a chance to try some players you haven't seen too much of? Will you make many changes to the team?
No, not too many changes. We are playing with the circumstance, of course, but it's not going to change too much the team. I think you will see maybe 1 or twice, maybe players that normally are not in the starting 11. But of course, because we have some circumstances that we need to prevent and we need to anticipate problems. But we are going to. We took like a Premier League game. It's not that because it's the FA Cup and it's a second division, championship team, we are going to disrespect. We respect, we full respect Preston, and tomorrow you will see we are going to put in place and starting 11 with all the guarantee to perform.
You can make it 3 wins on the bounce tomorrow. How important is it to build momentum and get on these runs of form?
Always is important. Always is important. Because I think we are winners. We want to win. The thing is, we need to work, more and more and more, and never enough. And that is why we need to settle on the team. But yes, it's going to be really important to to go through to the competition and be in the next round. But before we need to compete well, and we need to be better and deserve. But of course, it's really important to go through.
Nicholas Jackson has gone to Africa Cup of Nations now, so big chance for Armando Broja and Cristiano to get a run of games now.
Yes, Armando is going to be, it's a possibility to play for him. What I'm going to tell you that Christophe is not going to start tomorrow because he suffered, some issues during the week, and he's going to be on the squad, but he's not going to start. But we need to be careful with him, like I told you, on the past 6 months that didn't compete, and then when I start to compete, it's not the same. But yes, Armando is going to have the possibility, maybe more involved, because I think he's one of our main striker. And yes, it's a good possibility for him to perform and be relaxed, because we really trust on him and have an amazing potential and qualities. Now is to forget his injury the last year and start to behave normally.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Alex. Last two in this section, Simon and then Rahman to finish.
Hey Mauricio, forgive me for asking another question about Conor, but
Go for him, forgive me, no, it's no problem. I am here to answer,
As things stand though, can you guarantee that he'll still be a Chelsea player after the end of this window?
Look, I cannot guarantee that I'm going to be here tomorrow. You see that I can guarantee the another thing. No, I can. Look, in football, with us, it's different part of the thing can happen. Decision and it's in between the club and the player. I cannot, only the player can guarantee, or the club. The player more than the club, because if the player have 1 year and a half more, he can stay. He can say, yes, I'm going to be here because my contract allows me to be here. And then the club is in negotiation always about to take the best decision for the club, for the player, for the team.
And just sort of on a different subject, you've picked sort of 2 goalkeepers on the bench on a regular basis rather than perhaps giving another youngster from the academy, an outfield player, a chance. What's the reasoning behind that?
20 players before in the past. I remember when I started to play, we were 16 players and then 18 and now 20. I think it's too much player on the bench for me. It's easy to manage because you can store player there on the bench, but I think it's too much. We have only 5 changes, 9 players. I think is to put one more there. I think sometimes because the players need to compete, the young guys, and you need to bring players to the squad to include in the squad if they are going to have the possibility maybe to, like Alfie or like Matos, the possibility to be involved. If not, young player that 1 week and another are not competing, I don't believe that is a positive thing, and that is why, because sometimes I think we prioritize for them to compete rather to be sitting on the bench on the weekend. That is the main reason.
Thank you, Simon. Last question in this section, Rahman.
Mauricio, if
Yes.
I could ask you about a player you normally don't talk about, Axel Disasi. He's coming and he's playing consistently, sometimes as a centre-back, sometimes as a right-back. How impressed have you been with his adaptation? Because he's just coming to the Premier League and
Yes, of course. I think his potential is still, we are waiting for more. I think we are, he has the potential to improve. But it's true that what you are telling me is doing well. It's not easy to arrive to the Premier League and to perform, and then in a team in a process to build a team, and always the defensive player always struggle a little bit more than the offensive, and then yes, we are happy because he can play central, but also can play helping the team because of the injuries like Reece, James or Malo Gusto to play on the right back. But it's a player that we knew, and it was a little bit unlucky because it's a different coaching staff, different coach. Maybe we didn't know that he can play right back, because one day he played when we were in Paris Saint-Germain with Monaco, and he was on the side playing against Mbappe, in Monaco, and we saw he can perform like right back, and say, oh, but unlucky, because you can play central back, yes, but you can play there also, no? But he's a central back, and I think can play in both sides. And yeah, we are so happy because adaptation is really good. Suffer a little bit from the beginning, it's normal, but I think he's a player that can improve and have the potential to improve more.